Hello guys and welcome back to another module by GenHQ. My name is Rourke Heath and today we're going to be looking at Google VEO3. In particular, how can we create these viral trends that you've been seeing on social media? They are literally everywhere. Whether it's the Bigfoot videos or whether or not it's the satisfying ASMR style videos, I'm going to show you how you can create it all using Google VEO3. So to get started, if you want to create on Google VEO3, you don't need a VPN for this. You don't need an American email. Anyone has access to this worldwide. So I'm going to show you how you can actually access it for yourself. One way is using Google Flow, and the other way is using Google Gemini. Now, if you sign up to Google Gemini and you pay for a pro subscription, then you'll see at the bottom here you have access to the video button. If you press this, it says generate with Google VEO3. Now you can either upload a photo and then you can animate that photo into a video, or you can simply write in a text prompt. By writing in a text prompt, you will have audio on your video. If you upload a photo and then try to animate that into a video, it will have audio, but it won't be able to lip sync, for example, if you wanted to have like a character talking, like a Bigfoot character. But if you're just doing like the ASMR style videos where you've got people cutting, you can actually just upload a photo and turn that into a video with audio inside of Gemini. I actually like to use Google Flow. Reason being is that it has this nice user interface kind of built around Google VEO3, which gives you a little bit more customization and flexibility when it comes to creating this kind of content. I'm going to show you how you can create like consistent visuals and a kind of almost like a brand identity behind a lot of this, like these viral style videos too. So let's say you wanted to create a consistent character that shows up across all of your scenes, or maybe you want to have like this consistent galaxy background with a consistent character who's wearing the same clothes so that you can build up some kind of brand identity. That way you can actually reach out to brands and be like, hey, I get loads of views on these videos of me doing ASMR chopping videos with Google VEO3. What if we chop through your product? And then you can kind of pitch that to brands because you can swap in any product into these videos so that you can chop through them and create these satisfying videos as well. So how do we do it? Well, let's get started with the Bigfoot videos and then we'll move on to the ASMR style videos after that. So let's kind of dive right in. We're going to start by creating a brand new project here. Now, in order to create inside of Google Flow, you've got a few options. First is text to video, frames to video, and ingredients to video. The only two that we care about in this tutorial is going to be the text to video option and frames to video. Starting out with text to video, we can unlock character consistency with this by using a relatively complex ChatGPT workflow. I'm going to show you how you can do that right now. So to get started, I'm actually a huge fan of talking to ChatGPT. This is very important because when you're writing in a text prompt on your keyboard, you might say, hey, I am looking to create a viral video for TikTok and Instagram using Google VEO3. You see how long this is taking me, and I'm almost writing it as though I'm like texting a friend. I feel like a lot of people forget that these tools are very context heavy, meaning you need to provide as much context as possible when you're talking and iterating with ChatGPT. So to do that, I actually use a tool called Whisperflow or Super Whisper. Both are totally free to download. I'll leave a link to the description to those. I'm not endorsed by them whatsoever, but I use it and it genuinely increases my productivity in the creative space by about 3x speed when I'm creating any style of content. So here's an example of how you can use Whisperflow. It's basically just like talking to ChatGPT, like using the dictate button. So here we go. So I'm looking to create a viral video for TikTok and Instagram using Google VEO3. I would like to create a Bigfoot character, and I would like you to give me an accurate hex code or an RGB code of this Bigfoot character's hair. This way, I will be able to unlock consistency between all of my future generations. So that way, when we give this prompt to Google VEO3, they'll understand the exact color of the hair that I'm trying to have on my Bigfoot character each time we generate the image. I would also like to create a unique identifiable feature about this Bigfoot character. So for that, I would like to have the Bigfoot character wearing a beige hat that has the Vans logo in black written on top of the hat, and the brim of the hat is green, like a light sage green. Okay, now we can simply paste that into ChatGPT. And with this is kind of the starting block for let's call it a foundation to this Google VEO3 prompt. I'm now going to write in another one. Now we want to kind of describe what we want the character to be doing in the video. So now I would like to create this character he's always holding like a phone in a selfie kind of camera mode. I would like him to be holding the phone in the kind of selfie camera mode. So the camera angle is almost from like his arm stretched out that he's holding this phone. And then I would like to have this character running through the snow. And I would like him to be saying, "Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to another vlog." Okay, so now we've kind of pasted in this prompt. We've given a description of what our character looks like, and it's important to mention hex codes and RGB codes. If you don't know what they are, they're simply like, they're almost like codified colors, meaning you can actually like give these image or video generators an exact like code of what the coloring of like your character might have, and it will then like be able to give you a hex code. I'll show you what that looks like once it kind of gives it to us. So there you go, it's given us a hex code. And if I was to look up this hex code, for example, it should be a nice brown color, right? There you go. So we have this like kind of color here that we've now got that we can use across all of our kind of consistent generations. And we can see that we've also got hex codes for the hat as well, meaning we can have a consistent generation between the hat. So what we can do is we can actually copy all of this, okay? Or actually this prompt down here is kind of just exactly what we need. So we can copy this prompt. Now we can go back into Google Flow and we can paste this in here. Now it's important to note the settings tab here. So under the settings, we have options to Google VEO3 fast or Google VEO3 quality. Do not use Google VEO3 quality. Let me tell you now, it's kind of like this miniature hack that people have kind of figured out. Google VEO3 fast genuinely generates like videos that are just as good / like on par with Google VEO3 quality. The difference is that Google VEO3 fast costs 20 credits per generation and Google VEO3 quality costs 100. So it is a fifth cheaper to generate with Google VEO3 fast, and the difference is so small. So let's generate this video. I'm also going to generate two different outputs so we can have a look and kind of compare between the two to see whether or not we get consistency in our character between these two frames. So join us back in just a second. Okay, so now we have both of our video generations here. You can see between these two frames, these characters are pretty much almost identical. And that's because we've got the hex code in here for the fur, and we've also got the hex codes for the hat. So the color that we've got in the brim of the hat is the exact same. Also, we've got the same hex code. Yeah, it's just like, it's very, very accurate. Potentially the logos are slightly different, but let's take a look and see what we got.
Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to another vlog.
Right, okay.
Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to another vlog.
Really interesting effect that we've got going on here on the iPhone. I mean, it's not exactly what we wanted, but we can also assume that there's going to be a few kind of hiccups with some of these generations. But this one's not too bad, right? Now, what we could do with this, if we wanted to unlock potentially like a consistent voice, is we could download this video now. So bear in mind, if you wanted to now go in and completely like put this exact character in another scene, kind of doing something completely different. So let's put him in like an armchair sat by a fire. Now using this exact same character, using the same hex codes, please can you put him sat in a comfy armchair by a fire, and he's also recording himself on an iPhone. Okay, let's see if we get the prompt. So while that's loading, let's say we wanted to have a consistent voice between all of these characters as well, right? Well, what we can do is we could go to like an MP4 to MP3 converter, and you could just upload your video file in here that we've created of Bigfoot. And once that's loaded, you can see that we could go to audio, just change this to MP3, and you could upload this into like Adobe Premiere Pro or whatever video editing software you wanted and just export it as an MP3 file. But now we have this MP3 file, we can go to 11 Labs. 11 Labs is a tool that allows you to change voices and also create custom voices. So we can now upload this audio file and we can choose a voice from their voice library, for example. So if we picked Arnold here,
there's power in looking silly and not caring that you do.
That's an example of his voice. We can now hit generate, and we're now going to synthesize over the top of the voice. So
Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to another vlog.
Okay, it sounds chaotic, but you kind of get the point. You can basically run all of your audio through this to actually make sure that you have a consistent voice between all of these characters. So let's try and generate him now. Let's Yeah, let's take this prompt. We've actually got him to say something a little bit more chill in this one. So join us back in just a second, and we're also going to run this audio through 11 Labs so that you can see that we can basically piece this together to have a consistent character with consistent voice. If you're enjoying learning about these creative AI tools, then make sure you check out GenHQ in the description. It's my company, and we focus on making sure that you're up to date with all of the latest AI trends. I've worked with brands like Vans, Timberlands, North Face, helping integrate creative Gen AI into these companies with all of the best and most up-to-date creative AI workflows. All of that is down in the description, and you can check it out. From beginner to advanced, everything is all there. So here we go. Here is our character, and here are our generations. We've actually got a lot of consistency in the branding on the hat at the top here too.
All right, guys, today's vlog is a little more chill. All right, guys, today's vlog is a little more chill.
Okay. I like it. I think we've done a good job here. So I'm actually going to take this video that we've got here, and we're going to run it through our MP4 to MP3 downloader. And let's see if we can change the audio on that so it's a little less chaotic, right? Cool. So we can download that. And now we can go straight into 11 Labs here, and we can re-upload our new audio that we've downloaded and hit generate speech with Arnold selected as our voice. So let's see how it sounds.
All right, guys, today's vlog is a little more chill.
Nice. Sometimes the audio to audio, so like this converter that we've got here, sometimes it does mess up on some words. So you could kind of hear on the word vlog, it messed up. That's because when you're uploading the audio to 11 Labs, it's transcribing what is said in the original audio, and then it's basically applying new audio on top of that. So when you add some things into 11 Labs, you will have some glitches, but what I did to kind of get rid of this, I'll show you, is I'll download this audio. I'll head into my video editing software of choice. Actually, here is a really good example. So you can see the green audio that I've got here in my editing software is actually the 11 Labs audio, and the blue audio is the original audio from the actual video, so from Google VEO3. So on the words where it messed up, I would just let it kind of switch back to the original audio. And if your voices aren't too different, then you can, it's quite hard to tell. So if we just play this.
So here's how you can create viral Google VEO3 content.
You kind of hear that, right? It kind of switches. And here, like his laugh, when this character laughs here, I actually cut back to the original audio because when the laugh was transferred through 11 Labs, it sounded really robotic. So it's about just trying to find a balance.
About all of your videos too.
Cool, right? So now with that, we've kind of shown you how you can unlock consistency and how you can create using like a large language model to help you in your creation process. You can use any large language model. You could use Google Gemini as well if you wanted to. It's entirely up to you. And you can see now that you can now create this consistent character moving through multiple scenes. And the real secret is to use hex code, guys. So now let's say we wanted to create these viral ASMR style videos. Now you could create an entire brand and an entire presence around this, and you could, start actually selling this kind of content to brands to start pitching that. And also, how do we swap out any product we want to, right? So in order to do that, we're going to start a brand new project again here. And now we're going to go back into ChatGPT. We can start in the same thread that we've got here, or we could I'm going to start a new conversation. Okay, so starting from scratch, we're going to use Super Whisper or Whisper Flow. And for that, I'm going to go ahead and just press the Option and Spacebar key to activate it so we can talk to ChatGPT. I'm looking to create a Google VEO3 viral video for Instagram and TikTok. I would like it to be an ASMR style video where there is a consistent character who is holding a knife. Let's give this character a few identifiable features. So maybe the blade or the knife that they're holding is made of gold. So we have a golden knife and the handle is made of emeralds, right? Now, the background for this, I would like the background to be a grass desert biome, almost like African dried grass. So it's like kind of yellow in color. and we can only see the man from the waist down, and the man is holding this knife, and it's a close-up of the man holding the knife, and he is chopping different objects on a wooden chopping block. The wooden chopping block should be very easily identifiable, so please write in some descriptions of the wooden chopping block. And the man should have the same ethnicity, so please label the man's ethnicity as white, and you can then, so that we can have like a consistent character throughout all of our future generations using Google VEO3. I would like you to have the object that the man is cutting through to be a glass block from Minecraft. So please provide an accurate description of a glass block from Minecraft. The man is chopping through the glass block. And it's the focus is on the ASMR sound of the knife chopping through this glass block. Okay, so again, we look how much context we've provided ChatGPT here, right? So if we were to actually write this out, this entire prompt would have taken us about 10 minutes to write, of me just thinking, typing, it would have taken forever. But actually being able to talk to these tools will increase your output and your efficiency by like so much. Okay. So we've got, it's kind of written out like an interesting style here. We've almost got 3 separate prompts. Let's ask it to combine it into one. Please, can you combine this prompt into one master prompt so that we can create an 8-second long video and the knife chops through the glass block and it chops it into slices. Okay? Amazing. So now we're going to get this one master prompt that we can copy and just paste straight into ChatGPT. Paste it straight into Google Flow. So here we go, here's our prompt. I'm now going to copy that and we can go straight to Google Flow here and we can upload this footage. Now, interestingly, we've just done text to video, right? But what if we wanted to go from image to video and we actually wanted to swap out like objects in, so that we could put in our own custom object? Well, in order to do that, you can actually use a website called Freepik. Now, Freepik will allow you to use an image model called Flux Context. Once you've signed up to Freepik, go to the model option here, and under Flux, you can go to Flux Context Max. What this does is you can see here, I've actually been kind of playing around with this. I've been able to swap out the original from our original photo. So if I kind of pull up the original image here, let me find that. So here is our original image, okay, and you can actually upload this into Flux Context. So I'll do a live demo right now. So you could upload a still screenshot of your frame of your video, and then we can upload a photo of the product, right? So for that, I'm just going to drag and drop in a photo of the Nutella here, and then we can just simply say, please can you change the green glass ball and replace it with a pot of Nutella? The pot of Nutella should sit seamlessly on top of the wooden log, and the knife should be resting on top of the lid of the Nutella. Now we can hit generate, and you can see here that we're going to get 4 different options that we can pick from. And I do believe on Freepik, with a certain subscription, you actually get unlimited images, right? You can generate as many as you like. So we have a few variations here. So here's one version of it. Here is another version of it. And you could always bring this image into like Photoshop and just generative fill around the edges there. Again, this is a pretty good one, so you could just generative fill around the edge, and then you could actually upload that into Google Flow, and then you can simply turn that into a video with the same prompt. Okay, not bad. Ooh, that's satisfying. Cool, I like that one a lot. So this one looks really good. And I actually like the consistency that we've got in the knife. The knife is super consistent. The issue is here is that we haven't got the exact Minecraft glass block. So what we can do is we can go back to ChatGPT and say, the prompt that you gave me and the output didn't actually give us the exact Minecraft block. So please can you create in the prompt and specifically mention a Minecraft glass block. It should be very accurate to the Minecraft glass like cube. Okay, so now it's going to revise our prompt and hopefully give us a much more accurate prompt so that we can get a better result. This is all just part of the iteration process, and that's why I really recommend using the Google VEO3 fast so that you don't end up wasting too many credits using the the more pro feature. So we can regenerate this here. And if you wanted to get really specific, you could also say, hey, the trousers or the pants have changed in each of these videos here. So please can you actually go in and like help create like a more identifiable pair of pants. And that way you can have consistency between those, between all of your frames as well. Just in case you wanted to have that consistent character who's wearing the same clothing in all of your videos too. Amazing. So now we've got our new generations here. You can see that we've actually got the exact Minecraft glass block. Nice, right? That looks really cool. The physics on that one don't make so much sense. This one looks really, really good though. I'm super happy with this. And you could just create an entire series based around this kind of content and eventually end up monetizing it. So I really, really like this kind of style of content that people have come up with. I think it's very cool, very innovative. I would just want to quickly show you how you can do the frames to video. So you can see here, I'm just going to upload like an image of this photo here that we've created. And I'm just going to chuck that into Google Flow. So with the frames to video option selected, we can go to upload and we can just upload the image that we've created here, crop and save. And now it will eventually, once it's finished, it will then show up inside different photo generations. So here we have it. Here is our first frame. We can now write in a prompt and kind of customize this using ChatGPT. So we can now upload this image into ChatGPT and we can say, please create me a similar ASMR style video. However, it's based on the reference image. So I would like the knife to chop through this jar of Nutella. And when the knife cuts through it, there's chocolate spread inside of the Nutella that kind of oozes out. Okay, so now we're going to get a prompt specifically tailored towards this image that we've created. Now we can copy that and we can paste it into Google Flow. And this is just another way of kind of almost getting like a higher level of consistency because you can go in and change this to kind of be whatever you like, right? You could replace any product in here and also have like that consistency. It would be the exact same knife, same chopping board, same background, same everything. And all you have to do is just upload a reference photo of the thing that you're trying to change and you can literally create anything you like at this point. You can cut through any product that you could possibly desire. Even your own product. If you have like a clothing brand or something, you can upload your own images into, Flux context and you can kind of add it in anywhere you like and then you can upload it to Google VEO3 and have people interacting with it. So while that's loading, I'll kind of show you an example here of where I actually created in my last Google VEO3 video, we created myself as a consistent character holding products and I'm able to lip sync and talk over that so I can be the main character in any single video that I could possibly dream of. And you can use this on all kinds of different effects and different styles to create anything, and all of that is in the last video, so go and check it out if you haven't already. Amazing, so we have our two generations, so let's take a look. Here's our first one. Very good. Next one. Weird bit of physics going on there, but the first one's probably the better version. But hopefully now you can see that you've now been able to swap out any product that you like. You could just take a screenshot of like a screen grab of this first frame here, and then you could bring that into Flux context and change it to be whatever you want it to be. So you could create consistency between the character here, the knife, and everything else around it, and kind of just replace this, which is super cool. So the opportunities are endless. So there you have it. Hopefully now you've learned how you can create the ultimate level of consistency between your Google VEO3 videos. Also how you can swap out products so you can have any product you like with all of your Google VEO3 generations. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit the subscribe button. We're trying to post at least once a week covering different AI workflow videos so you can stay up to date with all of the latest trends.